Mr. President.
Senator Lenny,
To debate the bill.
you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. So this bill, I don't think this is. I don't think there's an argument about the importance of emergency services. We all appreciate that. We all use that. I think we're all on the same page there. This bill, though, is about a massive government expansion. This is a massive expansion, and reading through the bill, it actually has expansion with more expansion baked into the cake. So it's going to get. We're talking about the bill like this, but the way it's written, it's going to grow and grow and grow because this new division will have rulemaking authority. They'll be able to send out grants, and really the thing that bothers me the most is everybody complains all the time about the federal debt and Washington and the president and all that kind of stuff. We're at something like $34 trillion right now. Well, this bill, which I said has kind of baked into the cake a lot of federal money over several years, is going to further inflate that federal debt balloon. You know, right now we're adding, I said the other day, we're adding about $1 trillion to the federal debt. It's not ghost money, it's real money that we pay at the federal level. We're adding about $1 trillion to the debt every 3 or 4 months right now. It used to take about 6 years to add $1 trillion. Now it's happening in every 3 to 4 months. So this is just another way of dipping into the federal debt. It's going to make that national debt worse. And I mean, with the numbers I'm reading, we'll probably be at $37 trillion in national debt by the time Biden's out of office. So this is just a step too far, and it's a massive expansion of government, and I would urge your no vote on this. Mr. President, to debate the bill a second time.
Senator Lenny, you're recognized to debate for the
Thank
second
you.
time, there being no one willing to debate it for the first time.
Thank you, Mr. President. I remember last session, we were all here, obviously. There was a bill that created an account, and the argument was, we're just creating an account. We're not spending any money, we're just creating an account. Well, the next thing we did is we filled that account with a lot of money. So the arguments here that Senator from District 5 said, this isn't expansion, this is just this is for the future. We're going to spend money in the future, and it's just evolution. That's not expansion. Well, it's a 61-page bill. It sounds like expansion to me. You know, there have been some straw man arguments thrown around today regarding the essential nature.
Mr. President, I object.
There's been an objection to the direction of your debate, Senator, and I tend to agree. Let's debate the issue, not the motives behind the other people debating the issue. You see the world one way, they see the world another way, then that's what makes the world go round. And so stay in your lane.
People have
keep debating.
Thank you, Mr. President. People have, I've heard arguments referring to the essential nature of EMS, but I haven't heard anyone in here say EMS is not essential. Senator from District 8 said this has, quote, nothing to do with the $34 trillion in debt. But reading the bill, page 6, lines 44 and 45, says, well, a couple lines before that, lines 42 through 46, the director, when so designated by the governor and any other time subject to the standard appropriations and approval process of the legislature, shall have the power to apply for, receive on behalf of the state, and utilize any federal aid, grants, gifts, or monies made available through the federal government. We're not talking about monopoly money, we're talking about real money from the federal government. The senator from District 26 says this does not affect the national debt, when I would submit to you that it absolutely does and it absolutely will. This is a massive, massive expansion of government, and I think we should think about that when we're voting. Thank you. Mr. President.
Senator Lenny.
To debate the bill.
You have the floor, Senator.
Okay, kind of piggybacking off Senator One, looking at this fiscal note, it is a problem. And similar to other bills we've talked about, it kind of, to me, implies that federal money is free, or it's monopoly money, or that it doesn't count. But we have to remember that Medicaid costs went from $2.5 billion in fiscal year 19 before Medicaid expansion to $4.7 billion in our current year, fiscal year 24, nearly double. And 90% of this is federally funded. Like, again, I mentioned earlier, federal debt has increased around $12 trillion since fiscal year 20. That's just 4 years ago, $12 trillion the year Idaho expanded Medicaid, and this is just another part of the problem that's going to continue to grow that federal debt balloon until one day it pops, and it's bills like this that are going to make it happen.